This is spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. This is spEarz to the streets. Get down to the beat.
Edition of Collision saw Queen Aminata contending against Sky Blue in singles competition for the first time in over a year since Blue had injured herself the last time they locked up at Universal Studios Orlando. Suffering a couple of ground and pounds, a brutal yet unsure meteor from the top rope, and an ugly twisted DDT on the apron, Aminata focused on taking off Blue's head with her staggered kick through the ropes. She missed the first attempt, Blue kicked out the second time, but on her final run through, Aminata clinched the win with the signature. Good for a count of 3. On the way to that success to right Aminata's lopsided AEW win-loss record, Aminata patted her devil's kiss on Sky Blue's face, dubbing her version the chocolate kiss, and did not abandon her headbutt signature she has been using to finish opponents recently, as she dealt the signature twice to good effect. Julia Hart was a consistent thorn in Aminata's side throughout the bout, playing mind games against the Guinean goddess in one spot, even forcing her to crash into the steel steps. To throw salt into this wound, the post-match celebration was cut short as Hart climbed in the ring to distract Aminata, allowing Blue to take a cheap shot at her out-of-ring sparring partner as Thekla ran down the ramp to join in with the team of Blue and Hart to put hands and feet on the African import. A one-sided heel beatdown like this was just the medicine needed to erase the stiff shots Aminata has been taking at Thekla since Summer Blockbuster, firmly solidifying her role as a face even before the team of TK ran down the ramp to save her. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford stood at the ramp entrance, minus a woman, to complete the Mexican standoff that some of the AEW audience points to as a signal that a tag division for this promotion that has been long overdue is finally coming to fruition. What I see, though, is another multi-woman tag match or battle royale, because for far too long, AEW Control has refused to pull the trigger to establish their own women's tag division. Either way it goes, with this feud Aminata now has with an unnamed faction, along with her still being in the Pure Championship tournament over on ROH, Queen Aminata's name will be fresh on the tongue of the pro wrestling world well after both promotions' upcoming PLEs next month in Texas. Not only has Monet been in and out the ring internationally enhancing her skill set, but her promo for AEW 300 was leagues ahead of what detractors had telegraphed for her mic game when she first joined the AEW roster. Pre-taped with Monet backstage, her belts filling up one of the catering tables, Monet made sure to counter the digs Storm has been taking at her the past few weeks, insinuating that she'll be saving her a seat, complete with the steak dinner that Monet has been repeatedly munching on whenever she's been invited to call Storm's matches, at her 1,000th match as she takes vengeance on Shirakawa for costing her that NJPW title. The Killing Stroke? Monet put cutouts of Toni Storm on the bottom of her heels so she could continue to dog walk her in and out the ring. Stupidly, Mina Shirakawa responded to these veiled threats by barring Toni Storm from interfering with the match on her word alone. Storm could go back on her word or save a post-match beatdown after the bell is rung. Either way, there is no way possible that Storm and Monet will not have any physical interaction at Dynamite 300. The big question, though, amongst all the hype is, will Monet drop the TBS title at Dynamite? It would be fitting at the show that TBS built. And Shirakawa costing Monet another belt will add more fuel to the fire between an eventual all-out feud between the two down the line. Should Monet drop the belt at Dynamite 300, it will be interesting to see how that affects her psyche going into All In for the AEW World title. Whether Dynamite 300 will be the first domino to drop against Monet's belt collector run remains to be seen. Hence why this Collision promo is key to Monet's current TBS reign, and it's a good thing she didn't execute it like a throwaway, but came with the creativity and attitude this chapter in her story deserves.
This is spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. streets. Spear, this is spears to the streets. Spears to the streets. Spears to the streets. To the streets. Spears to the spears. Spears to the streets. Spears to the. This is spears to the streets. Get down to the beat, or get beat down in the street.